Don't destroy Nigeria. Gowon and Soyinka warned Abaribe and some majority leaders. 50 years after the end of the Nigerian Civil War, principal actors, historians, and other players in the political space yesterday warned against acts capable of destroying the country, urging Nigerians to see the war years as a reference point for reconciliation and unity. They advised politicians to chart paths for harmonious living among the people. They made this known at the Never Again Conference 2020 organized by Igbo thinking tank Uzuko Umana and Igbo Lagos in collaboration with civil society organizations. In attendance were political historians Prof. Banji Akintoye, former head of state, Yakubu Gowon, Noble Lauren, Prof. Wole Soyinka, a former presidential candidate, Prof. Pat Utomi, fellow of the Institute of Biology of the United Kingdom, Prof. Anya O Anya, singer and rights activist, Onyeka Nwenu, a former Minister of Information, Frank Nweke, and Senate Majority Leader, Ainanya Abaribe, among others. In his keynote address, Akintoye noted that Nigerians consist of many different nations, radically different in culture, political tradition, perception of reality, and expectation. According to him, these differences must be addressed if the country must have peace. He lamented that the country is being managed like the exclusive preserved of a particular majority intend on establishing its interest in its executive, administration, judiciary, and security sectors of the country. The voice of the majority register protests continually and are continually disrespected and ignored. The state of the law is patently being subsumed to the needs of that agenda, with seriously damaging effects on human life. This solution is said is inevitably fostering among the people of the middle belt and south of the country of the feeling that they are being reduced to the status of conquered people. He warned of the need to terminate the descent into war and speedily move the country into a state of law, mutual respect, and peace. Akintoye said that Nigerians must restructure the country with the objective of leaving the people a true and acceptable federal structure under which the sections of the country would deploy their resources to conquer poverty in their domains. Ignoring these fundamentals, we have almost continuously let our country wobble and teeter on the brink of violence implosion, and we have continually inflicted serious pains upon ourselves. We fought and ended the civil war, but we have never really moved majorably away from the brinks of civil war, he said. Gowon, in a video message, declared that commitments to Nigerians must be total and patriotic, and that leaders must ensure the well-being of the country in politics, economy, and security. He urged citizens to reconcile their differences to avert another war. Wole Soyinka, in a presentation, said that the loss of about 2.5 million people in the war should provoke sober reflection. He also advocated the enrichment of democratic principles to forestall war. No nation has ever survived 2 civil wars. The sovereignty of the country is non-negotiable, and the wisdom of not holding a banknote over a flame is not a justification to attempt fate. We need to ask, are we being heard? In his address, the chairman of the occasion, Prof. Anya, warned that justice for all is an important principle for the nation's survival. A proposition could be made that we went to war because of the failure of leadership and marginalization. Let Nigerians eschew violence, because those who led by the sword shall die by the sword. We haven't learned our lessons from our past. Germany fought a war and in less than 30 years after became the strongest economy. Losing a war does not mean economic backwardness, he said. Atomi and Onwenu said that Nigerians are at war in public conversations, especially on social media. They noted that managing public conversations is a lesson all Nigerians must learn. Atomi particularly denounced the collapse of culture, democratization of mediocrity, and greed among politicians. He called for the reintroduction of history into school curriculum so that people can learn about their past. He further urged the enrichment of positive values and the set-up of strong institutions to tackle the challenges facing the continent. Thank you, viewers, for listening to this news. I so much appreciate the advice and the warnings given to Nigerians concerning the restructuring the country with the objective of giving the people a true and acceptable federal structure by which the country should deploy their resources to conquer poverty in their domain. I think the reason we went to war then was because of the failure of leadership and marginalization. My advice to Nigerians is that let's swallow violence, because those who lead by the sword will definitely die by the sword. If we have learnt our lessons from the past war, I see no reason why violence should be our priority now instead of finding solutions to the main problems in the country like insecurity. I could remember when Germany fought a war and in less than 30 years after, they became strongest economy. So losing a war does not mean economic backwardness. Viewers, what is your own take on this news that you just heard? What is your own contributions? If you have any comments concerning this news that you just listened to, concerning the warnings and the advice given by the leaders, by the majority leaders, and Soyinka, Gowon, and the other leaders, please don't hesitate to drop a comment below, as well as clicking on the subscription button to get updates whenever I drop any video. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.